Hannah here. Alright, another video to show race prep. Today I'm going to show you how to flush your coolant system from your CBR1000RR. This is 2012, so it doesn't look the same as on my husband's. He's got all sorts of different stuff under here. He's got, like a reserve tank, and his is all nice and open and pretty like that, See, it's all nice and wide open. He already did his last night, so he's got some water wetter in there. But mine, unfortunately, is not as convenient. They had decided to tuck everything up nice and neat in areas that you can hardly get at. See, little fingers have hard times getting into little places. But I've already gone ahead, as you can see, and took off both sides of the fairings. I probably didn't have to do so, but I wanted to do it just because it was going to be easier because, like I said, everything is so tucked up underneath. But I've already gone ahead and removed my radiator cover. See, it's in a really, really tight little spot, and it's actually pretty full in there already. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that down there. And that's the first step, is to take off the radiator cap. This is like a siphon hose. You can take this off if you want. Some people say to take it off, but I'm going to leave it on simply because it does already drain on the other side. You can see it goes in through the frame and up underneath. Can you see it moving? That's that, and it goes off to the other side. And as you can see, comes out the other side here, and it already drains down. This is for the oil. Now, what you're going to have to do is, there are these two wires, right? They're kind of tucked up underneath this tab, and you're going to have to take them down because your drain plug is right there. So it's going to have to get out of the way. So this is the drain plug that you use to drain the fluid in your the antifreeze in your radiator. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Alright, as you can see, this gave just a smidge of a turn. It's a 10 millimeter, and we're just gonna let that drain all out. You don't have to open it up too much because it'll drain out all by itself, but it is gonna make a mess. So, yeah, so now it's draining, and I'm going to let that sit for a little bit, and I'm not going to bore you while you watch it drain. So, I will be right back with the next step. Okay, we're done dripping. I've already cleaned up a little bit here. You keep a rag with you, make sure that, take advantage of cleaning up a little bit while you're here. But I took out the bolt completely. Now, the reason why I told you guys just to pull out just like a little bit of it at a time is because if you pull this whole bolt out, the stuff's going to come flying out and it's going to make a big mess everywhere. And because it's antifreeze, make sure that you keep all your animals inside or out of the way, because this stuff's sweet and they like the taste of it, and we don't want to kill any animals today. So anyway, inspect the bolt, make sure everything's fine. It does come with a copper crush washer. You probably should replace this, but mine looks fairly decent. I think I'm going to leave this one in place. I have a stainless steel one, but that's not what you want to use. You want to use copper. So worst case scenario, I'll keep an eye on it. When I get back from the track, then I'll put a new one in. No big deal. I'm going to want to put regular antifreeze back into it anyway. But so that's the first step, is to remove all that and empty out your fluids, and I'll be right back with the next step. Okay, I've gone ahead and put the drain plug back in, because now we're going to do step 2. We're going to flush the remaining amount of fluid that might be still in the engine somewhere. And what you need to do is put your drain plug back in. You're going to need some distilled water. This one I just got from Walmart. I got like 6 jugs of it. It was pretty inexpensive. But you want to put distilled water, not the water from your tap and not the water from your hose, because it has all sorts of nasties in there that could build up into your radiator system. So, let's see. I'm going to have to try to figure out how to put this in that little hole so I can fill it up with water. So, we'll be right back. Alright. So now, be very careful. We're going to fill some of this up. This is going to take a while, so I'm not going to show you.
So much for you making less of a mess, eh?
Alright, now we're going to put the radiator cap back on.
Oh shit, you're filming.
And we're going to start the bike up. So
Can I ask a question?
my assistant wants to ask a question.
Assistant!
My assistant. Go ahead, assistant.
Teacher, can I ask, did you put in 4 ounces of water with her?
No, not yet. Alright. My radiator cover is back on. My assistant's being a jerk. Also known as my husband. But anyway, this is back on. We're going to start up the bike. We're going to let this work through the system, and the valve needs to open in order to release the rest of the antifreeze that's in there. So running temperature, it starts opening at 184. At 194, it is completely open. We're going to shut off the bike, and we're going to let it sit for about an hour to cool off.
You understand?
Yeah. We're at 194. We shut off the bike. Do not touch this because you will scald yourself. 194 degrees, really super hot. So we're gonna let this puppy sit for a little bit, and I will have to say I have never heard her idle so nice. But anyway, that's that. So I'll be right back, and we're gonna redrain all of this stuff out and make sure that all the rest of what's left in there as far as antifreeze is completely gone. So I will be back in about an hour. Alright, it's been about a half an hour. So I'm just going to go ahead, and it's 1:53 now. So it should be alright. It'll still be pretty hot, but be careful. You should probably wait until about 120. That's probably the best time to open it, because that way you won't really super scald yourself. So be a warning, if you open it at 1:53, it'll still be very, very hot, so please use a lot of caution. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and re-drain this, and I'll be right back. It is tough to do with one hand. There we go. See? There's nothing in there. It's all in there. Okay, now we're going to crack the bolt. Okay, again, we're going to do exactly what we did before. We're going to take our 10 mil, and I like to use the extra long one because I need the extra to get in there. And it's kind of nice to have that extra length. So let's crack this again. Move these little guys out of the way. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. And you can still see it's green. Huh. But didn't we already we had already drained it all out. At least we thought we did. But because you put the water in there and then you let it run up to temperature and let the valve open, it releases all the extra that's already in there. So if you don't do this step, you're going to have still antifreeze still tucked up in there. So as you can see, it's still really green. I'll probably have to do this another two times just to make sure that it's completely drained out, because when this comes out, you want to have it to be clear to water. That way you know it's completely drained out. The first time that you do this is going to take a couple times, but subsequent flushes, when you do this every year to make sure that, you know, for your winter prep, it won't take so much time because most of this will already be gone. So, alright, let's let this drip again. Okay, we're all drained. The bolt is back on. And we are going to ever so slowly, not make a mess this time. So apparently you have to trickle it in, the water, just a little bit at a time, otherwise it will bubble over. And it just made a mess last time. So we're going to do this again, very slowly. We're going to trickle water in. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to start the bike. This is going to be full up from what you just did, from what you just put in. You're going to start the bike and take a look at it and watch the water go down. And then you're going to add a little bit more and then watch the water go down again. And then you're going to do this a couple times until there's no more bubbles. But you want to do it before the bike reaches 150 degrees because then it'll bubble over. So do it rather quickly at the second time that you do it, because it's going to heat up faster than the first time. And then just reach it up to 194 again and drain and repeat the process again until it's clear. And I'll be right back to show you the part where I put the water wetter in. Talk to you later. Okay, we've got the top back on, and now we're waiting for the temperature to go back up to 190 again. Sorry about that just a little bit ago, but I didn't think it was on pause. Anyway, I have gone ahead and opened a new gallon of water, and like I said earlier, distilled water only. and I've poured out 4 ounces of water. So I'm going to make a gallon. So I've already poured out 4 ounces. So I'm going to put that in the other one. And that's my funnel. Okay. Now, this is my water wetter. Isn't it pretty? It's like neon. It's really cool. Anyway, NASBA and some of the other guys, they don't allow like engine ice or any of the other stuff to put into your antifreeze. So this is US Desmo. They don't mind, but go ahead and use water wetter anyway, just to get it done and over with. Okay, so now the directions, obviously, say 1 ounce per quart. So that's 4 ounces for a gallon of water wetter. So I'm going to go ahead and make a gallon anyway. So there's that. Where's my ounces again? There they are. And I'm going to put 4 ounces. Each bottle will make 3 gallons. So that's just about right. 4 ounces. Okay. So let's put that. I don't think you can see that. But there it goes. I got 4 ounces back in there. This is not lemonade. Now this is your antifreeze. So you can put that back in your bike, and you'll be good to go. All right, there's my water wetter. That's water on the floor. I'm gonna put it all in here, and that's it. I am by no means a top mechanic on how to do this, but that's the best way to do it. Sorry I took up 17 minutes of your time, but I think you'll find this pretty helpful. So if you have any questions, post up as usual. Thanks, guys.